Hello everyone, it's Chris. Welcome back to the channel. If you have not had a chance yet, please like and subscribe. I was just going to try to do a quick video this week on why I ended up closing the shop and where we are now. Ultimately, if I could go back, like if you look at my videos that I made, the oldest one is like 7 years, and if I could just go back, I would have recorded every single repair that I did and put it on YouTube, knowing what I know now. But hindsight is 2020. So people like Eric the Car Guy or Roadside Rescue or Scotty Kilmer, man, there's a lot more of them. But these guys are, they took advantage of it for sure and are very successful. So I wish I would have did that, but that's being living in the past. So what I ended up having with my barn is give you a backstory on it. I worked the job for like 20 years, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to continue to do this type of work for the rest of my life, and I want to do automotive repair because I really like it. You know, the puzzles and stuff. I mean, if you like puzzles, you're gonna like taking stuff apart and putting it back together. It's just as simple as that. And I really dig it, you know? So I said, you know what, I'm gonna put all my effort into building a shop so that I could do this. So that's what I did. And the shop was basically half finished, like complete metal all the way around and sealed up. But like it's, we live in the Great White North, so we get a lot of snow and it gets very cold, so you're gonna have to insulate. Well, I was doing all these automotive repairs in here, and I'm like, it's getting down to the wire, and I'm gonna have to do like insulating and sheeting and stuff like that. But before I even got to that point, I ended up running into some problems. As soon as I put my sign out, my shingle, some people call it, I ended up I got notified by the township, and they're like, hey, you can't operate unless you have a permit and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I went through the process and paid some money so that I could run my shop in that township. I had ran into some insurance issues too for the building and stuff. So ultimately I ended up between the building not being finished, I'm not going to be able to do the repairs in the building and finish it, at the same time when I have to have all that extra space to finish the walls, insulate, stuff like that. So I ultimately ended up closing, and I took a job different from what I used to do for those 20 years. And it's a good job. I'm very thankful for it, without a doubt. But my heart is still here wanting to do this kind of stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to kind of balance the two, or maybe branch off, be able to come back and open up the shop. If I could touch on a couple more things about the shop, like when it was open and the repairs and the payment and stuff, I was fully licensed and stuff like that with the state to take money for repairs. But what I ended up finding out is it's actually very hard to know what you're worth when it comes to something like this, where there's no middleman. It's just you and the customer. Your hands are in it. Your blood, sweat, and tears, your perfection, your safety, whatever you have that you put into it. It's really hard to sometimes know what you're worth. So I found that difficult to charge, accordingly. And then I ended up giving, a lot of stuff away for free. And if you're in the business to make money and running a business, you just can't survive if you're going to do that. So that was another reason that I ended up closing. Who do you have that come to you first when you first start opening a business? A lot of times you have friends and family, and they want to support you, they want to trust you, especially an automotive mechanic. They're like, hey, first thing you get is like, who is a trustworthy mechanic that I can trust, that I'm not going to, is not going to take advantage of me, and there are a ton of really awesome, trustworthy mechanics out there, you know what I'm saying? But on the other side of the coin, there could be a few that are less reputable. So with that said, friends and family come first, and, not being able to say, hey, deep down, this is what I'm worth, and you give that stuff away for free, plus it's friends and family, it can be kind of a challenge to, say, hey, this is what I'm worth, this is the bill, I had one guy that I did a bunch of repairs for, and I was on Duramax. It was like a 2005 Chevy. And like I did a rear differential service on it, like pulled the inspection cover, fluid change, and a front differential service. And then I also did like both of his front drive axles. It's 4-wheel drive, so those ones you bolt on, and they're not too terrible, but you have to take some stuff apart to get those on and off, you know what I mean? The drive axles that go through the wheel bearings. And then he had some transmission issues, like his vehicle wouldn't shift right, and ultimately what that was he had a broken temperature sensor wire for his transmission, and that's why he was having shifting problems. But with that said, you know, like you got a lot of figuring you got to do with the electrical diagnostic stuff to try to figure that out. And the other thing that I ended up, there was like an exhaust pipe problem with that, and on that truck to get to it, it was like I had to shuffle the exhaust back on the passenger side. Like it took a while, and it was the up pipe that goes to the turbo pedestal. So long story short, I did a ton of work on this truck, right? And I gave him the bill, and it was like, you know, I think it was like $1,300. And you know, I just know that it would have costed way more for all that work. The exhaust work alone would have been that much money. Not to mention, you know, your differential work, your electrical diagnostic time, your repair of that sensor wire, your drive axles. Oh, and I forgot, I also took his door off, like his driver's side door. I had to take the door off and like rehinge it, because it was like the hinges were bad. So I mean, we're like, that's a lot of stuff. And I had a buddy, he told me, because I was trying to get information, like, hey, you know, what did you get charged for your exhaust work on your truck? And he goes, for one exhaust manifold on this truck, they charged him like $1,400. And I'm like, man, you know, I had a lot of time into that truck. So definitely undercharged quite a bit. So anybody that's going to start a shop, you really got to nail down what you're worth, how you're going to price it, and, you know, go with it. That's what you're worth. That's your blood, sweat, and tears, and you're good at it. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, if I could go back and if I could record everything I did, man, I'd be probably doing better, but I didn't. So I figured I'd start now and kind of give you the backstory on this. And I'm still gonna I still plan on doing repairs, you know what I mean? So I don't know if I'll open up to the general public right away. Not sure on that. So, but you know, you can, in this situation, I can work my one job, which does pay me very well, you know, enough to survive and have insurance and stuff like that, you know, and feed everybody. And then I could like do some free stuff for people, friends and family, and then record it and put it out there. So that's kind of the plan, so that I'm totally legal and all that. But yeah, basically then I guess I wouldn't be charging anyway. So I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, and then maybe I'll open and then whatever. So you guys have a good one. Talk to you. Bye. Oh, like and subscribe. All right, bye.